I'm 35 years old, and if I could go back and talk some sense into my younger self, these are the 5 key things that I would say. And the 5 lessons that I'm going to share in this video would have saved me so many years of regret, and also would have saved me so many lost opportunities. And if you are in your 20s or maybe your early 30s, I highly recommend that you watch this video until the end, because I feel like these lessons has the potential to change your whole life going forward. But before we get started with the video, I just quickly want to mention that the cap that I'm wearing is from a very premium and innovative sportswear brand from Switzerland. And it's a brand called On, and they sent me this cap and also some other products as part of our affiliate collaboration. You can check out my affiliate link in the description down below. And if you shop anything via my link, I will be earning a small commission, and you will be supporting me and my channel going forward. And with that said, let us get started with the video and the first lesson. Lesson number 1. No one cares. So if you are in your early 20s right now, you probably feel like the whole world is watching every single move that you make. You probably think that other people care about what job title you have, what car you drive, what you post on social media, and just what you spend your time on in general. But I am here to tell you that no one cares. People are so busy with their own problems and their own lives, and in reality they have no clue what you are doing, and also they don't really care what you are doing. And this is actually a really good thing, because this means that you can just go ahead and do whatever it is that you want to do in this life, and just rest assured that people are not going to pay very much attention to it. Take me for example and this YouTube channel. I procrastinated for more than 8 years before I finally found the courage to post my first video on this channel. And to be honest, the primary reason why I didn't upload videos to this channel before was because I was super afraid what my friends and family and co-workers would think about me posting videos like this online. So I just stayed stuck for another year, and I was just, playing it safe and not doing anything about my big goal of starting a YouTube channel. And now when I'm 35 years old, I can clearly see just how much valuable time I wasted because I was afraid what other people would think of me. And the most crazy thing is that people have actually been quite positive and supportive about me starting this YouTube channel. I almost haven't experienced any negative feedback from me doing these videos and uploading them online. And also I want to say that my friends, my family and my co-workers, they don't have time to watch these videos. Most of them don't watch these videos. So it's just I wish I had started sooner, because I was afraid of how people would judge me. But now the reality is people don't have time to watch my videos because they are busy living their own lives. Lesson number 2, spend less than you make. Okay, so I know that this lesson might sound a bit boring to people in their 20s, but trust me when I say that this is one of the most life-changing lessons you can learn in your whole life. It doesn't matter how much money you earn. The only thing that matters is that you learn how to live below your means. You have to get into the habit of always paying yourself first. And this means, it's very simple actually, at the beginning of each month when you get your salary, you take a percentage of that salary and you pay yourself first. You take this money and you set it aside for saving and investing into your own future. And then you don't touch this money for the next 10, 15 or even 20 years. And if you get into the habit of paying yourself before you pay anyone else, you will very quickly see results. You will, within maybe 3 to 5 years, have a lot of flexibility and new opportunities in your life. And if you actually manage to stick with this for the next 10, 15 or 20 years, you will begin to experience real freedom and real independence because of your savings. And the crazy thing is that after maybe 15 to 20 years, your investments will probably be making more passive income for you than your monthly expenses. And when you reach that point, you are are completely financial independent and financially free, and you never have to trade your time for money ever again. You can do whatever it is that you want. If you want to keep working, you can do that. But if you want to stop working and pursue something more meaningful with your life and your time, you also have the option to do that. And this is the ultimate goal when it comes to money, in my opinion. And I can say from my own experience that I started saving and investing 10 years ago when I was 25 years old. And I have made so many mistakes along the way, like made stupid investments, saved too little, saved too much. I made all the mistakes that you can make, but I am still 35 years old and I am in the top 5% of people net worth wise my age in Denmark. So that just goes to show that after 10 years of making all the mistakes you can make, I still managed to get myself to the top 5% highest net worth in Denmark of people my age. And because I started saving and investing when I was 25, I am now on track to becoming completely financially free and financially independent in, I don't know, maybe the next 5 or 10 years, but that just means that when I'm 45 years old, I will probably be completely financially independent, which means that if I want to continue working, I can do that, but I can also stop working and spend my time however I want. And that is just a great feeling, and I really hope that you get to experience the same feeling. And even though I'm not financially independent yet, my savings just gives me so much flexibility, opportunity, peace of mind, and it's a good place to be, having your personal finances in order. Lesson number 3, your health compounds too. So it turns out that money is not the only thing that compounds over time. Your health and your body will also compound over time, for better or for worse, depending on the choices you make in your 20s. And in my opinion, your 20s are just the perfect time to lay the foundation of health and well-being for the rest of your life. It will never be easier than it is in your 20s. And please keep in mind that there is nothing extreme about working out every single day and being active and, actually caring about what you eat, like the stuff you put into your mouth. There is nothing extreme about caring about your own health and well-being. But what is really extreme is how unhealthy and unsustainable modern life has become for most people. You are not supposed to be sitting down all day, and you are not supposed to be eating processed food and drinking tons of alcohol. You are also not supposed to stay up late and watch Netflix and scroll TikToks instead of sleeping. All of these things are so unhealthy, but yet it has still become like the average thing to do for most people. Most people today are overweight, in debt, really unhappy, stressed about their work, and just miserable overall. But you don't have to live your life like this. You can opt out of this modern way of life, and you can actually take control of your own life and be healthy. And your 20s are just the perfect time to lay this foundation. And of course, I'm not saying to never stay up late and to never consume any alcohol whatsoever. I'm just saying that it's very important that you prioritize your health, and you don't have to overcomplicate things. You can just go to the gym maybe, 2 to 4 times per week, lift some heavy stuff, walk around more than you sit down, and manage your stress, drink water, eat whole foods that are not processed, and just, it's not that complicated, and it really doesn't take that much to be healthy. You just have to use common sense and just don't do what everyone else is doing, basically. And I'm saying this because there are so many benefits to being in good shape. First of all, it just feels great. Your body is capable of living life to the fullest, and it's just an amazing feeling to be in great shape. But there's also another aspect of it. When you meet people for the first time and they see that you are in great shape, they will actually take you more seriously and respect you more, because being in great shape shows that you are a disciplined person who actually cares about taking care of yourself, and it also makes you more attractive, and it is just overall, I don't understand why people don't get in shape, because it is like the ultimate life hack to be in shape and stay in shape. And I really feel like we should all be prioritizing getting in the best shape as possible. Lesson number 4, choosing your people. So if you are in your 20s, you are probably surrounded by people 24/7. You study, you have part-time work, you do some kind of sport activity, you go out every single weekend, and you're having so much fun and you're spending so much time with other people. And that is great. You should really enjoy that, because that is not going to last. But it is also very important, in my opinion, that you set some time aside where you learn how to be alone and where you learn how to enjoy your own company. And I feel like it's very important to say that if you choose to spend some time in solitude, that doesn't mean that you are lonely. And if you learn how to be in your own company and actually enjoy that, that is something that will build a lot of self-trust and self-reliance. And it is also something that will help you not waste time in bad relationships further down the line. So what I see, and also what I experienced myself when I was in my 20s, is that a lot of young people are very afraid of being alone, being single, and not being around their friends all the time. So that means that they, jump from one bad relationship to another bad relationship, or maybe they stay in a bad relationship because they are afraid to leave it. Maybe they spend time with friends that are really not that good for them. And it's just, if you don't know how to be alone, you're probably going to be around people that does not deserve your time. You will ignore all the red flags, and you will just waste energy and time with relationships that doesn't bring any good things to your life. And if we talk about dating for just 1 second, I can only give advice to young men, because I was a young man myself and I have no experience being a woman, sorry. But the thing that I would say to young men is that if you are in your 20s, maybe you should not spend that much time chasing women. Maybe instead you should focus your time and energy on building a really interesting life that you actually really love. I feel like it's better to pursue your own goals and dreams. It's better to spend time with your friends, have a lot of fun, become an interesting person, figure out what it is that you like, and then eventually, if you do this during your 20s, women will start to chase you and you don't have to chase them. And in my opinion, that is just a much better place to be. And if you are in your 20s, you are in no rush whatsoever to settle down and get married and have kids or anything like that. You can spend your time building an interesting life, and then if you do that, you will become a very attractive man when you're in your 30s, and most women will be very interested in you, and it is just a better place to be. And I will also say, as a side note, that it's very important when it comes to dating that you only date people who are really interested in dating you. There is no point in trying to convince someone to hang out with you if in reality they don't really want to. It is so much more fun and more enjoyable hanging out with people who are really interested in also hanging out with you. So yeah, the point of this lesson is just that if you want strong relationships with other people, that usually starts by developing a strong relationship with yourself. Lesson number 5, embrace experimentation and discomfort. If you feel a little bit lost in your 20s, that is completely normal and totally fine. I felt lost in my 20s, and most people feel lost in their 20s. So just take it easy and relax. But what you can do in your 20s, if you feel a bit lost, is that you can try many different things. You can travel around the world, you can have different jobs, you can have different partners, you can experiment, and you can see what it is that you like, and you can also see what it is that you don't like. And then I would also say that if you feel a bit lost, it's never a waste of time to try and learn new skills that could potentially make you a lot of money. So that would be skills like, for example, sales, maybe you learn how to navigate social media, maybe you learn something about AI, maybe you just study how to communicate effectively with other people. Like, these are skills that has the potential to make you a lot of money. And if you try out different skills that has that potential, and then eventually you find one skill that you actually are pretty good at, like naturally, and that you also enjoy doing, then you should probably double down on that skill and then just try to become the best in the world at that skill, because that is how most people make a lot of money. And I wish I had done more of that in my 20s. I feel like now with this YouTube channel, this is something that I really enjoyed doing, and I also feel like I'm okay good at it. But if I had done this in my mid-20s and spent the last 10 years doing it, my life would just be completely different now. So I really encourage you to try out different things. Maybe start your own YouTube channel, but just get out of your comfort zone, try things and see if you like it. And if you like it, just double down, work hard and become very good at it. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video all the way to the end. These are the 5 things that I wish someone had told me when I was younger, and now I have told you, and I hope that it was valuable. And if you enjoyed watching this video, I think that you would also enjoy watching this video up here, where I show you my net worth being 35 years old. So you can see exactly how much money I've got after saving and investing for 10 years straight.